Have you ever wondered what life would feel like if you spent an entire day without your phone? No buzzing notifications, no endless scrolling, no checking messages every 5 minutes. Just you, the world around you, and your own thoughts. Today, I'm going to share with you my experiment. A day without a phone. The first challenge began the moment I woke up. Usually, my alarm comes from my phone, followed by an immediate habit, checking social media, emails, or random news. But this time, I had to rely on a traditional alarm clock. When I woke up, my hand automatically reached out to the nightstand where my phone normally rests. It wasn't there. At first, I felt a little lost, like something was missing. Instead of diving into my phone screen, I stretched my body, opened the window, and listened to the birds outside. The morning felt strangely peaceful. I had more time to prepare breakfast, and I noticed that even a simple cup of tea tasted better when I wasn't rushing through notifications. As the morning continued, I realized how much I rely on my phone for tiny tasks. Usually, I check the weather app to decide what to wear, or I use Google Maps before heading out. Without it, I simply looked outside, trusted my own judgment, and left the house. It felt like going back in time. Walking down the street, I noticed people around me. Most of them were looking at their screens, scrolling, typing, or listening with earbuds. Meanwhile, I had the chance to observe little details, the colors of flowers along the sidewalk, the laughter of children on their way to school, the fresh smell of morning air. It reminded me of how beautiful the world is when we actually see it instead of staring at pixels. Around noon, I faced another challenge, boredom. Usually during lunch, I scroll through my phone, watch short videos, or reply to messages. Without it, I sat quietly and ate my meal. At first, it felt uncomfortable, like something was missing. But then, my mind started to wander. I began to think about my goals, my plans, and the things I had been putting off. It was like meeting an old friend myself. After lunch, instead of checking social media, I picked up a book I had been ignoring for weeks. The pages pulled me in, and I completely lost track of time. It was refreshing to be entertained by words and imagination, not just fast-moving videos. In the afternoon, I met with a friend. Normally, we would take photos, check directions, or even get distracted by incoming calls during our time together. This time, without a phone, our conversation was deeper. We talked without interruptions. We laughed at silly memories, shared stories, and enjoyed being present. I realized something important. Without my phone, I gave my full attention to the people around me. It wasn't about multitasking or half-listening while checking notifications. It was about real connection, eye contact, and genuine laughter. As the sun began to set, I returned home. Usually, evenings mean endless scrolling, online chatting, or watching random clips before dinner. But without a phone, I had to find other ways to spend time. I cooked dinner slowly, paying attention to the taste, smell, and sound of sizzling food. I even experimented with a new recipe, something I wouldn't normally do because I'd be too distracted. After dinner, I decided to take a walk outside. The streets were calmer, and the city lights reflected beautifully on the road. It felt like I was part of a movie scene, simply because I wasn't rushing home to check my phone. When night came, the absence of my phone became even more obvious. Usually, my phone is my source of entertainment, videos, games, chatting, or browsing. But tonight, I turned to other options. I listened to music from an old radio, wrote my thoughts in a journal, and spent time reflecting. The silence felt uncomfortable at first, but then it became peaceful. I realized how often I avoid silence by filling it with noise from my phone. Yet, in that silence, I discovered calmness and clarity. So, what did I learn from a day without a phone? First, I noticed how automatic my habits are. Reaching for my phone was like a reflex, even when I didn't need it. Second, I realized how much time I actually have when I'm not constantly distracted. I read more, thought more, and even enjoyed simple daily activities more. But most importantly, I learned the value of being present. Present with myself, present with my friends, and present with the world around me. I'm not saying that phones are bad. They are powerful tools that connect us, entertain us, and make life easier. But sometimes, putting them down can reconnect us with something even more important: real life. So, would I recommend trying a day without a phone? Absolutely. It may feel uncomfortable at first, but it will also give you a chance to rediscover the little things you've been missing. If you ever feel overwhelmed, stressed, or simply too glued to your screen, challenge yourself. Spend one day without your phone. Who knows, you might find peace, joy, and even a new perspective on life. Thank you for joining me on this little journey. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories and experiments like this. See you next time, and maybe, just maybe, spend a little less time on your phone today.